maybe bring you down there. I've literally been awake about 10-15 minutes, so you'll have to excuse the fact that I'm not like properly awake yet, but this is the only time I can live stream today because the other half's only at work until 11. So, yeah. Oops, what am I doing? Press the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so the plan was to start a new segment on my channel, but I'm not quite ready to do that. I'm not quite like set up and everything to do that. I need to finish swatching the pencils and do my colour combinations and everything. I mean, I could just like do it and wing it, but I'm one of these people that like to prepare everything and be a bit organised. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll get to start recording that next week, but I'm looking forward to doing it. Let's grab my pro markers. And I'm just going to finish off these little bits because I was going to do these off stream, but I wanted to stream this morning and didn't know really what to do, so I figured I'd finish this off. Let's get some greens out. I stupidly just put my, I'm going to have to move them back over here, my Spectrum Noir markers and everything, unless I just use my Arteza Everblends because they're at the side of me. Let's do that. Oops. Zoom you in. All right. Find my colour swatch book. And we'll go from there. Okay, so I think I might pick olive green. Which is, oops, here. I have my little protective sheet underneath, so that's all good. So how is everybody? streaming 2 days in a row, which is unusual, but I have to make the most of when the other half's at work. Excuse the birds in the background, they've just woken up, so they're going to be quite noisy. So yeah, we started this yesterday. At the end of the live stream, I will link part 1 in the description below and pop the link in there. So if you've not seen part 1, you'll be able to go and click and watch that one first, if you so wish. It's funny colouring with the other blends because I love them, but they're a different nib completely to like the Pro Markers and the Spectrums. They're a lot firmer. So I had to phone Apple yesterday. Not sure whether I told you, I don't think I did. Yeah, they've got to look at my iPad because for some reason in the middle, it's the iPad Pro, so it's the biggest one, but in the middle on the left hand side it started bending slightly, like it's warping kind of thing. So that's not good. I'm hoping they're not gonna like charge me for it because it's nothing I've done. So ideal situation would be they would just replace it. But typically it's just out of the warranty. But like I said, I still shouldn't be charged because I haven't done anything. It's just started like warping. So yeah, that's not good. So my partner thought Newbury, because they did tell us 3 stores which were our like nearest, because we don't have one in Swindon. So they said either Newbury, Cirencester or Cheltenham. But Cirencester, which would have been our nearest, is not taking bookings at the moment. So he picked Newbury thinking that was closest, and it's actually not. We have to go all through Didcot, through Reading, and still some to get to Newbury on the train, which is like probably £56 each or something. So yeah, we're gonna phone them back and change that to Cheltenham because we can get there by bus. My other half's geography is not his best. Bless him, clearly. He would beg to differ. Okay, so that's those leaves done. I'm pretty sure these are different from these, but I just like this colour, and yeah. These kind of look like these, so I may go over that and do them this colour. Let's do that so they match. There, that looks better. Little tweets in the background. Okay, now I'll find a different colour for these other leaves. Maybe spring green. So I'm using Arteza Ever Blends, if anyone's wondering, today. Oh, that's apple green. We'll use that for another one. Spring green, where are you? There you are. Oh, morning, Sam. Yeah, kind of. I got 3 hours until hubby woke up, give or take half an hour. And then when hubby woke up, he told me to go in bed, but I knew if I got up that I would wake up, so I just sort of pulled my legs in to me and snuggled on the couch so he could still sit down for a bit. So I literally just woke up about 20 minutes, half an hour ago. So I've probably had 6 hours, give or take. But oh, Harry and Ginny are saying hi. Yeah, I was going to start our new segment on the channel this morning, but I haven't finished swatching the pencils for it yet, so I want to be all like organised and everything. So I'll do that maybe next week when I've finished setting everything up. Did you manage to get some sleep with your back pain? Oh no. Is the other half not there to take them? You're meant to be resting and on doctor's orders, Missy. Ah, he's at work. So all I'm doing is literally going in and colouring these leaves different shades of green. Don't want to go too dark because then you won't see the pencils over the top. Oh, that's nice. One of little man's presents is coming today. Not sure what time it will be there. And then the other one's coming tomorrow with a little gift from Mummy. Now I wonder what kind of flower that is. Let's go for a really light grey for the feather. And a white diamond maybe. Yeah. I wouldn't imagine so. Let me check my Amazon really quickly and see if it's given me a time frame. No, it's not out for delivery yet. It's been dispatched and it's due sometime today before 9, which isn't really helpful, but they've not given me a time frame on it yet. Okay. Yeah, you should be fine with it. Right. Have I missed? I'm not quite sure what these bits here are. I'm assuming these are leaves, but then there's something tucked in up here that I'm not sure what it is or what this is. It kind of looks like a bookmark and this looks like a ribbon. And this looks like another ribbon and another ribbon and another ribbon. And then we've got a couple of page tabs at the side. I'm going to pull out Pearl, which is like a... Hi Joyce! Oh, welcome! Thank you for joining us. How are you this morning? Just going to pull pull out Pearl, which is like a browny grey colour. To use for the background. It is 9:28. We're only an hour behind you, I believe. Yeah, an hour behind you. It's 10:28 where you are, I believe. Yes, I am. Yeah, I used to live in France, so when I was au pairing. So yeah. An hour in front of us. Are you new to my channel, Joyce? Oh, thank you. Is it that obvious? I'm afraid my German is very bad, so I can count up to about 5, and that's about it. I took French at school. And at the time I didn't even want to do that, but little did I know it would have come in useful later in life. But obviously teenager me was like, I don't need French, I'm never going to France. Oh, welcome, thank you. Bless you. Well, I hope you like my content. I like to think that this is everyone's channel and not just mine. I'm trying to get a bit more regular with my live streams. So this is 2 days in a row now. Everyone will be sick of me soon. Definitely need to get some bigger binding combs, Sam. Oh, thank you, Sam. Because every time I go to flick through this book, the binding is coming apart because it's not quite big enough. So yeah, add that to the list of ever-growing things on my wish list that I need, and this is quite a good colour just for, it's like a shade above the background one. Yes, it's really good, Joyce. I'm not sure if you saw yesterday's live stream or not, but I did a little flip through of it. It's really cute. So that is that part done. Oh, bless. Yes, funny enough, I want to print mine off on watercolour paper, but the watercolour paper I have is 200 GSM and my printer will not take it whatsoever. So I've tried to find a slightly lighter paper than 200 GSM, but then it won't be very good for taking watercolour anyway, so it's a bit catch-22. Unless you can recommend a paper that my printer may take. 200 as well. Yeah, I've tried that. My printer sort of feeds it through, but then when it tries to print on it, it's like it gets jammed. And it starts going like so yeah, it doesn't work, sadly. Yeah, we don't really have those anymore that I'm aware of. Maybe like the library would be able to do it. We used to have like photocopiers in some of the shops in England once upon a time, but I can't recollect seeing any for at least 10 years now. I've just pulled out Bubble Bath Pink, no, Cherry Blossom Pink, to do the liquid in this bottle with. Yeah, I'd have to get a different printer, I think, sort of a more industrial printer. Maybe when this printer dies, I'll consider it. I might do this little flower up here in the pink as well, just so we've got some other spots of pink here and there. Oops. So we're thinking these are page flags as well, Sam. Epson Eco Tank. I've heard of those. They're the ones. Yeah, I think one of the ladies I watch on YouTube that does her studio vlogs has an Epson Eco Tank. Mine is a HP DeskJet. It's a little red one. It does for what I need at the moment, but in the future maybe. Right, I'm just going to reach down and grab some colours for like the hat and some of the ribbons and butterflies, so bear with me. So what do we need? Maybe a yellow. And what colours for bookmarks? Shall we have some wisteria purple? And maybe a blue? Let's try turquoise. Quite a few page flags. What about the Carolina blue? And I needed a brown for something as well, if I remember rightly. So we'll go for chai latte brown. That should give us enough bits and bobs to do some more sections with. Okay, I'm back. Okay, bring this up a little bit so I'm in frame. So our butterfly's done. Still not sure if these are more tomatoes or something else, like blueberries or... I think they're berries of some kind, because up here there's another diagram of them. Oh, thank you. Harry and Ginny, they're doing their morning chirps. Later it gets a bit more aggressive. So at the moment it's manageable. Sort of dotting about all over my page at the moment. I thought I fetched a really light blue up as well. Maybe not. So I might go ahead and do those a different shade of red and then do those berries up there. Let's find sort of a deep red. Let's try raspberry red. And then these can be done up here. There we go. I'll colour this labelling yellow. We're getting there with it. It's just lots and lots of little itty bitty bits. bring this down a bit. Not sure what colour to do this hat. Might bring some more purpling because the only purple at the moment is the lady. Let's go for it. We'll do it this wisteria purple, which is right next to the butterflies, but never mind. Okay, and we'll do this apple pie. Well, I'm assuming it's an apple pie. It's next to an apple, so. So, what's everybody working on today? Are you going to be colouring as well? I think we are going into town when my hubby comes home for a coffee. I want to do this flag, this like page marker, this nice red up here. We've got to pop some money in the bank and pick up a couple of little bits and bobs. I want to do this pink. It's looking at me and saying pink, so. Also brings that pink from here and here in a bit. These kind of look like daisies. So that's how I'm going to colour those. Hi everyone watching, please pop in and say hello. Okay, so that is those done. I want to do another page marker with this turquoise, so I might do this one hiding behind here. And let's do one of these page tabs the same colour. I don't think you can see that. Let's zoom you out. Might do the other one red or pink. Let's bring some of the pink over here. There we go. Almost there. Where's that pearl? We'll do the rest of the bottle, sort of a clear glass colour. Need a brownie blue. Hi Kirsty, good morning. Thank you. I've just done little bits and bobs this morning. I didn't do any more off stream yesterday. So yeah, it's nearly, the marker base is nearly finished. We're just trying to decide if these are leaves or ribbons for the book, like page markers. I'm gonna get a couple more colours, something for this beetle. Maybe fossil grey. Storm grey. Let's go with fossil grey. Hi Lynn, good morning. Morning, morning. It's easier just to bring this up. Yeah, they're kind of the same, shape and size and that, so it's hard to sort of find which, like, what it is. Fossil grey, where are you? There it is. And let's pull out this blue for a page marker. And maybe this one. And this one. And this one. Whew. There we go. So Lynn, now you're here. Let's bring these into shot. So apart from the two that you knew had already sunk slightly, look, they're all dry, and so I can clean them up later, clean this up and wrap them up ready to ship to you. Your gold, so sparkly. I love this blue here. I use that one quite a bit. So yeah, Monday, hopefully, all being well, we can get your pens and your paint shipped to you and your other bits and bobs. You're welcome. So they are some handmade watercolours that I made for Lynn. I also have some for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and do this bug fossil grey. This beetle of some kind. And we might give him red eyes. Oops, missed one of his legs. Don't quite know how I managed that. Right, which is the green, this olive green? I've just noticed that that should be underneath this page marker or whatever it is. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do them as page markers, just because there's quite a lot of green up there already. This is one of my, yeah, look at it. Oh no. This is my first Arteza ever blend. I think I need to replace my pale aqua blue. Let's try the other end. There we go. There's enough ink in there to do this ribbon. Oh no, I hate when you get paint migraines. It's horrible. When my parents used to paint and that, I'd always end up getting a headache. Sam was here. I'm not sure if she still is. She was getting Bubba ready for football. Maybe we'll do this page tab like red and black, and it can be the dark section of the spell book. So we've got, oopsie daisy, sorry guys, 2 more little page flags here. There we go. Okay. Apart from this book, we're done. Thank you, Kirsty. Let's zoom out so we can see the near enough the full thing. Whoops! It's kind of making me want to just leave it as marker and not do a pencil pencil shading on it. But I think a bit of pencil shading here and there will help a bit. Thank you for the Lynn. Thank you for the link last night, Kirsty. I've added them to my wish list. I will pick them up when I can. At least I think I added them to my wish list. I was going to. Haven't used this orchid purple yet, so we'll go ahead and use that on here. I'm not quite sure what this design on this book is meant to be, so we'll just wing it. Yeah, when I saw you demonstrate them, I was like, oh, okay, because I have tried to use distress inks before, and with the round smudger brushes, you know, the ones that you can buy for it, the Tim Holtz ones, but it's never really worked for me. No idea what this image is whatsoever. We're just having fun, going with the flow. Right, where's that brown gone? There it is. Because there's some sort of bent edges up here that I want to darken. Okay, I think we're done with the base at least. Let's move all those markers over there. It's cute. Right, now I need to grab some pencils, I guess. What pencils does everybody vote for? I've got Arteza close to me, I've got Black Widows close to me, I've got Polychromos close to me. Oh, I have a few on the go as well, Kirsty, but yeah, I just wanted to do this one and have a little bit of fun with it. Oh, you know me, Lynn, I use anything. Let's grab what's nearest then in that case. Oh, Arteza. Yep, no problem. I pulled out the Black Widows, but I will switch to Arteza. Okay, I'll use the other halves because it's closest. Whoops. Okay. Put my earbud back in. So, I'm going to do this bit up here. So I'm going to pull out the camel. I only have the 72 set at the moment. So I'm going to pull out camel and cocoa. I think that's the only two I want to use for that part. And I'm going to work dark to light rather than light to dark with them. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. You're gonna tell him, are you? Nah. Yeah, Kirsty, especially when you're like trying to fade into something. So I'm wanting to keep some of this colour and not completely cover all of it. So I find dark to light helps for that. Just to give it a little bit of shading. The Artesas are really nice and soft. If you don't have them, Joyce, sorry, I definitely would recommend them. I'm going to go on this side. So I start off with a heavier pressure and I'm feathering inwards, lifting my pencil off the page slightly just to lighten it. Arteza are thinking of bringing their pencils out in open stock, so when they do, you'll probably be able to buy them direct from their website, and they ship worldwide, I believe, so do keep your eyes peeled for that. No, they're not open stock at the moment, Lynn, but they are thinking of bringing out open stock for them. It's amazing the conversations I have with Arteza. Like, random question for the day, are you doing this? Can you bring this out? Yeah. Why not? I'd go for it, Joyce. Do what Kirsty said. ask them if they can send you a sample out. What pencils are you currently used to working with, Joyce? These are softer than Black Widows. Softer than Polychromos. Not as soft as Prisma. A lot softer than Crayola. Oh, you have Prismas. So yeah, these are not as soft as Prismas. They're not as like waxy. You don't get that wax bloom with these. So, yep, that's starting. Oh, that silly thing that is keeping my wire up there. It's starting to look a little bit more aged now. So I'm going to go in with the Camel and blend it in. Now the paper that I'm working on is more suited towards markers rather than pencil. So it's not as toothy as what like colouring book paper is. But we should still be able to get a reasonably good finish. We have to do a bit of blending as well with the blender pencil. I need to find my blender pencil. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Blender, 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 blender. Ah, there it is. It's up here. So I didn't want to start a new one. Just going to give it a tiny quick sharpen. Don't worry, Lynn. I'll use my manual one and hope that it doesn't break it. There we go. So this is just a Kohinoor cheap blender that I'm using. They're like 82p open stock on Cult Pens. I'm just trying to soften that harsh edge. don't think I went up there with the camel yet, did I? Trying to blend something together that wasn't there. So that's not too bad. Kind of looks a bit more aged now. I think what I'll also do while I've got this camel out is just work on these bits of tape a little bit, because it's just slightly darker than the colour I've used. Try and make it look like when sellotape gets aged and it goes all that horrible browny yellow colour. Yay! Oh, nice, Kirsty. I'm glad I enabled you. I just went out the line slightly with my pencil, but might even be the pen actually. Use the camel on this bag over here as well. Sorry if you can hear that, that's my tummy saying feed me. There we go, just to give that a little shading. There is also a bag down here. Okay, hun, take care. I'm not going to be on for much longer myself because my hubby finishes work at 11:45, so about 10 more minutes and I'll be off. Thank you so much for joining, and yeah, I think there'll probably be another stream, just doing some more shading work. But yeah, then I'll pop it up on Instagram once it's done. Where do you think you're going, Mr. Protector Sheep? But that is it so far. You too, Kirsty. Thank you for joining again, hun. So now I'm going to go ahead and pick some oranges for that pumpkin. And I usually have the same colour scheme in mind when I do my oranges. So blood orange, orange, and I might even throw some sunflower into the mix. I've used different ones, hun. So yesterday on that stream I was using Spectrum Noirs and Pro Markers. Today I've been using Arteza Everblends. So these are double-ended as well. You get your chisel tip and your bullet tip. Just going to give these a little sharpen. Because I can't work with blunt pencils. No, this is what cheap sharpeners do to pencils. Look at that. That's cheap sharpener for you. They really do good stuff. So, if you bear with me for 1 second, guys, I'm going to pull out my trusty battery-powered sharpener. Hold the pencil closer to you. I can't get it in any farther, Lynn. I can't get in it any further than that. So yeah, if you don't want to hear the noise of this battery-powered sharpener, please turn your volume down in 3, 2, 1. Nope, I'd rather just use a decent sharpener. Plus this one stops when they're fully sharpened, which I like. Look at the difference. So much better. Okay, so again we're going to work around the lines. Let's zoom you into the pumpkin, because that is where our shading would be. Joyce, if you do consider buying Arteza products, I would recommend buying directly from the website and signing up, because they have a rewards program. So for every £1 you spend, you get so many points or something, or euro in your case because you're in Germany. Okay, so for these lines this side, we're gonna go the other side of the groove. I was a bit dubious at first when everyone was like, oh, RTs are this, RTs are that, because, you know, if something's overhyped, I tend to steer clear of it, and everyone was getting the Arteza products. So, but then when my friend Ashley bought some and brought them to the colouring meets we have in Swindon, where I live, I was like, actually, they are quite good. I'm going to use a heavy pressure and just shade this inner part of the pumpkin in and the eyes. And then I'm going to switch to orange. So the one I used a second ago was blood orange. Now I'm going with orange. And blend the previous two colours together. And I overlap what I've just coloured with the blood orange and then pull it outwards so that way it blends together. Like so. And then finally I'll go in with the sunflower and go over everything and just blend it all together. And that will give us our highlights. There we go, I'm happy with him. And he doesn't need a blender pencil on him in my opinion. Cute little fella. Let's try and find a deeper orange. I don't think there is one in the 72 set. Maybe we could try the passion fruit for the inside. Yep, that's not too bad. So what do you think of these pencils then, Joyce? Let's pop that back in there. And pop these colours back. And we need a colour for the tongue. I think I might use crimson. Yeah, totally. There we go. That just gives that a little bit shading at the back there. So that brings us to 10:30, guys, and I'm going to call this stream finished for today. A slightly shorter one today because, like I said, my partner's coming home soon. Yeah, well, if you do your dark to light that like I just did, Lynn, you don't have to do your layering stuff. So yeah, there will be a part 3 live stream, hopefully next week, because my partner is working some days next week, so be sure to look out for that. I will edit this video once it's uploaded and pop part 1's link. I will link below. So if you haven't seen part 1, you can go and check that out. It is also in my live stream playlist on my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thank you for watching, everyone. I hope to see you in my next live. Take care and happy colouring. Bye, everyone. And there's my punch again. Bye.